Welcome again to Trust Bear. Today we're going to talk about the sunk cost trap. Bear, what is that?
Well, it's a common business concept, but it's really not, it doesn't totally apply to business. What the sunk cost trap means is that you've put money into something, whether it's a project for the future, say you're a business, or you've purchased, you've been paying for insurance for years, and you really haven't used the insurance, but you paid the premiums. So you feel like, oh, I got to stay there because I'm kind of trapped. Well, I've put in all this money. Well, that's the sunk cost trap, because what really matters when you're making a financial decision is what is going to happen in the future. What do you think is going to happen in the future? And based on that, don't get hung up on this. It's particularly interesting when it comes to investing, because you may hang on to a losing investment for too long because you feel like, oh, I've put that much into it, I got to hang on to it and wait for it to come back. Yes and no, but if you continue to lose money, then it really doesn't make any sense. So in this example, we're going to say, let's say that you're in a plan with a secondary and a Part D that costs $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year that you would spend in premiums. So let's say you're in that plan for 5 years, and then in year 6 you say, well, maybe I should look at something else. I'm really, this $250 is on top of my Part B premium, so I'm out to, almost $400 a month in premiums. Now I don't have any exposure, with your secondary. You don't have a lot of, there's no surprises really, other than the Part B deductible, which is modest this year, $203, but that's still a lot of money going out every month. And depending on your situation, you're retired, maybe $400 a month. That's quite a bit. But $250 a month, that's $3,000 a year over a 5-year period. That's $15,000. That's the sunk cost. And now you start looking at maybe a PPO that has no premium. So in the first year, if you had no premium, you'd save $3,000. Now, of course, there'd be some co-pays and everything. Let's say, for argument's sake, there's $500 of co-pays that year. Well, in 2 years, you would have completely recovered the entire max out of pocket in any plan year. And if you hit your max out of pocket in a plan year, chances are you're not going to keep doing that year after year after year. And if you do, and you know your situation well enough, if you're using your plan, your secondary plan, and you're going to the doctor a lot, and you have a lot of medical issues that need attending, and those costs would exceed $5,000 in copays, and of course stay where you are. This isn't an issue for you. But if you're relatively healthy and you go to the doctor a few times a year, maybe, just maybe, you should look at some other options. But don't get caught up in this sunk cost trap. And contact Trust Bear, and we'll of course run the numbers for you and show you how it would work in your situation.
And my experience working with our clients is that this sunk cost trap comes into play when people feel like they've spent a lot of money on their insurance for years, decades. Sometimes they've been paying for supplements, and they've been paying for them, and they believe that they've been doing the right thing, and maybe they have. However, because they've had to invest some money into their health care, they don't think that Advantage plans sound like they could really work, because they think, how could I get a plan that had a zero premium that would still cover me when I thought I had to pay all these other premiums all these years, and I've been going along like I thought I was supposed to. So it kind of upsets those people, which I'm sad that it does.
You're 70 years old, you've been Medicare for 5 years, you've paid in all these premiums. Of course you're going to be frustrated, and this is a real thing. It really affects us. I mean, it's a real thought. I mean,
and
we really struggle with these
about 3/4 of our clients think that Medicare Advantage plans are their best option. So they are a viable option, and we do not want you to get caught in the sunk cost trap.
Yes, and remember, we're in a transition, and during transition, there's a lot of opportunity.
Right.
This may be one of the opportunities that you can take advantage of, possibly.
Give us a call.
Okay.
Hey, remember, Trust Bear. We know Medicare.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Have a great day.